morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of City Hall Live. I am Joe Abeta, and today our guest is Michele Reich from the Santa Fe Library. How you doing today, Michele?
Good morning. I'm doing just fine, and I'm so glad to be here today. Thank you for inviting me.
No, thank you, and great background. I love that. I've always, even as a kid, when I walked in the library and I saw the books, the covers of books on the shelves, it just got me really excited to go in there and check one out. So that kind of takes me back to my childhood there.
That's so interesting that you say you responded to the pictures, because when I work at the library, when we were open with young children, and parents would say to me, what do you think my child will like? I pulled books out and just left them standing, right? The child would respond to the picture. What else are they responding to?
Yeah.
It's great to hear you say that you did that too.
And it's interesting because they always say, don't judge a book by its cover. But I guess, with the kid, it's like, hey, we're against the rules, so it's okay, right?
Absolutely. Anything goes when children are deciding what to read.
Yes, no, absolutely. So Michele, we have a couple of things to cover today, but first I would like to get to the main thing we'd like to talk about is your book bundles program that's going on, which is pretty amazing. Can you tell me the genesis of the program, how it came about, and then we can bring up the screen on to show folks how easy it is to actually do it.
Great. Okay, I'd love to do that. So we have a relatively new library services director, Maria Sanchez Tucker, and a couple of months ago, she sent out an email to everyone in the library saying, what do you think about doing these book bundles as they're doing in other libraries? Does anybody want to run with it? All of us ran. We were so excited because it came about during the time when we've been closed. And it's very challenging for everyone in this situation to not be able to as easily access books, which we know are so important in children's lives. So go ahead. Did you want to ask?
No. So go ahead.
So we developed a form, we thought about it. What would help us do this work, right? And in library school, one of the most exciting things that I think children's librarians learn how to do is what's called reader's advisory, working with families to figure out what would be the next read, the next best book for their child to read.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's what we are trying to do with the book bundles.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring up the screen here, and we can show folks how easy it is. And then
Right.
I'll tell you what, you guide me on how this goes. So you go to the website, right?
Right. And
okay. And it's santafelibrary.org is the website.
Correct, santafelibrary.org, and then you'll scroll down to children's, and you'll do you see where it says children's and teens there? So
yes.
If you on that, we're already in the form, but that's how you get to the form.
Right here where it says children and teens.
Right, and request children's personalized book bundles for checkout.
There you go. And so you get to the form here.
And so the first thing we want to know is either your name or your child's name, your child's age, a way we can contact you when it's ready, and your library card number. And then we come to the most important piece. What is your child interested in? What does your child enjoy reading? And what level are they reading at? And what did they enjoy last? And what we get to do at that point is walk around our collection and find what we think to be the best books for your child to learn more about whatever she or he is interested in. And you can ask for as many books as you would like, up to 40, as that is the limit for placing hold.
So that's 4040. Wow. Okay.
Correct. And then you tell us which library is the most accessible for you.
Okay.
Right? Do you want to pick it up at the down library, the Southside Library? And then you click submit.
And then that's it.
And that's it. And then when everything is ready for you to pick up during curbside pickup, you will email.
That's
And
pretty,
you can pick up your books Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday between noon and 5:30.
wow. That's pretty cool. So, how long, how do you, have you guys gotten many requests? Did you see when you started the program? We're going to come back here to the screen, but have you seen a big demand for this?
Absolutely. Our circulation statistics for children's books has increased incredibly during this time. And even more importantly, is that we are back being able to work with our families. It's not face to face, right? And we miss that. It's just really challenging for us that we don't get to see our patrons. And this is a way in which we can still support your child's literacy development.
So once, is it a curbside pickup?
It is a curbside pickup.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. And this program will be going on for as long as it need be, correct?
I have a very strong feeling that even after we go back to normal, and whatever that normal is going to look like, we don't know, that will be in place. We have gotten incredible feedback from families about this service. And one of the reasons I would like to see it continue, even when we go back to so-called normal, is not every family can access the library between 10, and 8 on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 10 and 6, on the weekends, right? So this way, it's a much quicker amount of time that needs to be spent, particularly now while we're all stretched, being asked to do so much more.
Oh yes, absolutely. What a great, and I've had a few guests on City Hall Live. We used to do this. We do this actually from the community gallery, and we do it, in person. But this is just another, Zoom meetings and meetings on Zoom and being able to do the show is my, like, I would say, product that's going to be used after the pandemic's over. We'll probably still be continuing this. And this is great because I know the library, this is another little byproduct that happened as a result of, the pandemic. That's going to be a positive thing that comes out of it, right? That we've gotten these book bundles, this big book bundle program. So it's just wonderful that when we can make lemonade out of lemons, isn't that true?
I truly believe that at this moment in time, we are being called to be our best selves, whatever that is, right? Yes. And so we are working towards being the best possible library, right? Yes. Providing the best possible programming and services that we possibly can.
No, absolutely.
And we're just lucky to be in a community that is incredibly supportive.
Yes.
Efforts.
And the library is important to our community. It definitely have. They've spoken up to say how important it is to them. Michele, so a couple of other things that I wanted to talk to you about was this big read that's happening. It was, I believe, approximately around a $15,000 grant that was given to the city. Can you give me, or corrected me on my information that I just gave, but I know it's called the Big Read. Can you give us some more information on that, please?
Absolutely. Library Services Director Maria Sanchez Tucker applied for and was awarded a National Endowment for the Arts grant, and I believe it's $15,000.
Yeah.
To develop a community-wide read. So the community is invited to read the same book. And the book this year is Into the Beautiful North by Luis Urrea. And it's about a woman's journey from Mexico into the United States.
Wow. Wow.
What is also very exciting about this is that we've also chosen books with the same theme for every age group. And there will be programming, including author talks for
Oh,
every
wow.
group. And uh, every single cultural institution in our incredible city has joined in with us to provide lots and lots of programming around the books, right? So lots of ways for us to engage and to talk about these themes in our state in particular, because we are a border state, and in our city in particular, because we're a sanctuary city.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
And so really bringing the community together around these themes. And for children, one of the ways we're going to introduce immigration is through migration. Everything moves, seeds move, animals move, people move, and butterflies move. So we're going to look at the movement between New Mexico and Mexico of the monarch butterflies.
Oh, that's awesome. How can one join in this if they want to participate?
Great question. If you go to our website, there is a link
Mm-hmm.
to the big read.
Is there one right there right now we can show people?
There should be.
All right. Well, let's look.
I'm
Let's
not looking at our page. So if you can go back to our homepage, this is great.
Okay, go to the home page. All right.
And let's scroll
Okay.
down. Keep going. Keep going.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Did I go down too much?
Here we go. On the right-hand side in the white box, just above the black box, if you'll scroll up.
Oh, here it is, the big read.
All right. So to
then-
read more about it, to continue.
Okay. Excellent. All right.
So a lot of information.
Okay.
There'll be a poetry contest. There's going to be an art contest. There's going to be so many ways for our community to engage as around this really important topic in our state and in our city.
This is pretty amazing. This is something this is there's so much information here, and it just seems like it's going to be one of those things that's going to bring a lot of people in our community together. It's kind of like a giant book club, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And speaking of book clubs, if your book club is reading this book, contact us and let us know. We're going to have a list of all the book clubs in the city that are reading Into the Beautiful North. That's
great. And this is starting. I can't.
Our kickoff is in March.
Okay.
I believe March 20th. Of course, I should know this by heart. Okay. So yeah, so stay tuned. It's coming up, and we're excited. We are so excited. We're working.
What a great program.
We have the public school children involved in this. So stay tuned.
Great, awesome. Okay, and lastly, we were recently awarded a grant for school readiness. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yes.
Okay.
So in partnership with the Santa Fe Children's Museum, and they actually went after the grant for us, I believe. Mm-hmm. We were, Santa Fe was one of the cities chosen, I believe there are 5 in the country, to work with, to build a partnership between, or increase the partnership efforts between the public libraries and the Children's Museum. Mm-hmm. Around increasing access to programming for school readiness, getting our children ready for kindergarten. So we're very excited about this effort as well, and stay tuned.
Okay.
For this, but it's been just a really, really wonderful partnership.
That's awesome.
We're looking forward to letting you know more about it.
That's great. That's great. So Michele, I just want to thank you for joining us today. So there's the book bundles that we talked about, and you can go on to the Santa Fe Library's website to look up book bundles. you go, and then also the big read is also available on there as well. And stay tuned for the grant of the school readiness when that programs puts out. I'm sure you'll be able to be updated once you go to the website on that as well. So
Absolutely. Thank
yes,
you so much for having me. And I want to encourage all of our patrons, contact us about any questions you have.
yes.
Sorry, at santafenm.gov.
Excellent, excellent. I just want to share a story, Michele. Like, growing up in the 70s and 80s, the library, and even in the 90s, the library was the place to get all your information, the encyclopedias, to do your book reports, to do your research. And also as a kid going in there and just excited about being surrounded by so many books to be able to read.
Yes.
So one thing that always brings back a memory to me is going into the library as a child and seeing the book Arrow to the Sun. That was my book of choice. I always checked that book out, even after I had, returned it a couple of weeks. My dad would take me out there on his day off, and that would be something that we would just that I would always look forward to. So libraries have a big place in my heart because that's the place that I used to go for my internet surfing when I was a kid.
That's a great, great story. And I want to encourage parents that it's okay for your child to want to read the same book over and over and over again, because each time she or he goes back to that story, they're thinking about it in a different way. They're seeing different things, right? It's okay. I know sometimes reading the same story, 35 times, where it can wear us down as the adult. Hang in there. There's a reason for it.
Oh yes, reading "Walk It in My Pocket" to my son about 100 times definitely is something you
Yes,
tend to memorize that book. So it's
exactly.
a good thing.
Exactly.
Well, Michele, thank
Thank
you.
you again so much for this opportunity, Joe. And again, just let us know if there's anything we can do to support your child's joy of reading.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Michele. Folks, this has been City Hall Live. Have a safe week. Have a great week. Adios. All right, that was good.